What is going on, guys, and welcome to our Jquery project. Over here we're going to be creating a pass your message app, right? And we're going to be using Jquery for this. So over here you can see that I have one box and the other one, right? And over here I'm going to say that, let's say, usual hello world, right? And this is coding addict over here. And then if I press over here to send, all right, so now this is going to be displaying here. If I want to write a new message, right, or clear this one, right, you can see that this one goes to clear and this one goes to message you would like to send, right? So very basic project, but we're just going to be getting used to a few things how to do over here with the jQuery. So I'm going to go over here to our setup, right? You can see that I have index.html. This is very basic. This is English over here. The title, I'm going to say this is going to be message app over here, and in a head we're going to just link it right to our main CSS. I'm going to say link, and this is going to be over here main CSS. Then over here in the script I have a jQuery, and over here I'm just going to say this is going to be script over here, and we're going to link it to our main our script.js, right? So over here it's going to be source, and we're going to say this is going to be script.js, right? So now that we have all this done, first things first, we're going to create our HTML, right? So I'm going to say heading 1, and I'm going to give it a class of banner over here, and I'm going to say this is going to be pass your message over here app, right? Then after that, we're going to have a heading 1, which is going to be right after. I'm going to say this is going to be message, and the message is going to be your delivered message here, right? So your delivered message here, right? So we have these two right now. Then we would want a input where we're going to be placing our text. So I'm going to write input, and I'm going to press tab. This is going to be text. Then we're going to have an ID, and we're going to set this ID to text. Then we're going to have a placeholder over here, and the placeholder is going to be message you would like to send. Message you would like to send over here. So now that we're done with this input, we would want a button. So over here I'm going to write this is going to be button, and we're going to say this is going to be type over here, and we're going to say this is going to be submit. Right, so over here we're going to write this is going to be submit button, and over here we're going to say that this is also going to have a ID of send ID, and we're going to write send, and then we're going to have a class, and we're going to say this is going to be btn, and here we're going to write press here to send, right? Then we're going to copy this whole thing, and we're going to say this is going to be submit. The ID is going to be different. This is going to be clear. And then we're going to have, again, the class of btn. And here, this is what we're going to delete. And we're going to say clear over here, new message. Over here, new message. New, and you can see that I'm struggling, as always, with typing message, right? Once we're done with our HTML, let's go over here and let's check it out what we have, all right? So if I'm going to refresh, right over here, you can see that pass your message app, your delivered message here, and this is the message, right? And press over here to send and clear, right? So obviously the buttons are working, and with the CSS, nothing is done, right? So let's go back main CSS over here, and we're going to start with the body, and what we're going to say that this is going to be background color, right? And we're going to say this is going to be CED0 CE, right? Then we're going to have a min height of 100 viewports over here. And then we're going to say text align center, right? So now that we have this, then we're going to create a banner over here. So now we're targeting the banner, and we're going to say font over here size, and we're going to say 35 pixels, right? Then we're going to have a text transform over here, transform, and we're going to say uppercase. And once we have the uppercase, we're going to say color and hashtag F15025, right? Once we have our color, let's write a margin. I'm going to say margin 25 pixels, 0, and 50 pixels, and 0, right? And then we're going to have a for the message. So over here, we're going to write message over here like this, and we're going to say this is going to be font size, and we're going to say 40 pixels. Then we're going to have a text align. We're going to say left. Then we're going to have a text transform. So text transform, and we're going to say that this is going to be capitalized here like this. Then we're going to have a background color, and we're going to say that this is going to be a FFF over here like this. Width is going to be 75% over here like this, 75%. Then we're going to have a height, and we're going to have 150 pixels over here. Then we're going to have a padding, and we're going to say 20 pixels and 20 pixels over here like this. And then we're going to have a margin, and the margin is going to be 20 pixels auto, and another 40 pixels and auto over here. And then we would need for the text and for the button classes, right? So we're going to go over here, and we're going to say text, and then we're going to say this is going to be font size over here, and this is going to be 30 pixels. Then we're going to have a padding, which is going to be 40 pixels and 20 pixels over here. Then we're going to have a width, and the width is going to be 75 over here. Yeah, because it's going to be exactly the same as for a up one, right? So this is going to be, the width is going to be exactly the same. I was just a little dumbfounded. I was thinking maybe I'm doing something wrong. Margin auto over here. Let's delete this and display, and we're going to say display block, right? So once we have these two guys, message and text, let's create for the class for the button, right? So btn, and over here we're going to say this is going to be margin, and the margin is going to be 40 pixels and then 10 pixels over here, and padding is going to be 10 pixels and 15 pixels over here. Then we're going to have font size, and we're going to say this is going to be 25 pixels, and then we'll have a color, and the color is going to be hashtag 191716, right? And for the hovering, we're just going to change the colors, right? So button, and over here we're going to say hover over here like this, and we're going to say this is going to be color and hashtag F1515025, right? And then we'll have a background color over here, and we're going to say this is going to be hashtag 191716, right? So these are the rules. So let's go ahead and let's check it out, right? So nothing over here, and now you can see that we're done with our CSS, right? So now obviously we need a functionality, right? Because this is not what we want. And let's check it out over here. You can see that the color didn't go through, right? This is gray, right? So let's go over here and let's check it out. I probably didn't add the color and the background color, right? So background color, and we're going to use the F15025, right? So now that we're done with this, let's make this one smaller over here. And let's go to our script.js and let's actually add a logic, right? So now that we are in our script.js, all we need to do is actually create our JavaScript, right? And since we're going to be using Jquery, right? So the first I'm going to say that assign over here variables over here, and then I'm going to say const, right, for constant, and we're going to say that this is going to be message over here, and I'm going to say that I'm going to be targeting the message, right? So $sign over here, $sign, where's the $sign, and we're going to say that this is going to be message over here. So now that we're done with this, I actually need 3 more, all right? So I'm going to grab the whole thing over here, 1, 2, 3, and over here we're going to change that this is going to be text, and the other one is going to be also text, right? So here we can do it right away like this, right? So then we get over here text, and then the next one we also need to do something similar, right? So we go over here, and we're going to say that this is going to be a send, right? So this is going to be ID of send, and if this one is actually message, then this is ID, ID, and ID, and this is also going to be ID, right? So these are going to be two buttons over here, the last two, right? So I'm going to go over here and I'm going to say this is going to be clear, right? So once we have this, we're actually ready to move on and have the click event, right? So here I'm going to say click event over here like this. Now that we have a click event, let's go over here and let's say that this is going to be send, right? So now I'm targeting over here this button, and I'm going to say once I click, right, something should happen, right? Over here I'm going to say deliver, and over here message. It's kind of a long name, but anyway, what it's going to do. And obviously this is the name of the function, right? So now this is going to be the deliver function over here, function, right? And then we're going to say this is going to be function. So now we need to do a function declaration, deliver message over here, no parameters, but we're going to say that let, right? And we're going to say that this is going to be text value, right? This is going to be our name, and we're going to say that this is going to be equal to a $, right? Text. So now we're going and looking for our actual text input, right? And we're going to say val, right? So whatever value is as we're clicking, right? And over here we're going to put a semicolon, and we're going to say that message, right? So now we're updating. We're going to say message over here HTML. And we're going to say that this is going to be equal to text value, right? So the same, obviously, a variable, right? So now we have this, and let's go ahead and actually have the clear one, right? Clear the field, right? So here we're going to say that we're again targeting clear, right? And we're going to say that this is going to be click event, and here we're going to have a function, right? And we're going to call this function clear field. Right, so now that we have this, let's actually go ahead and create this function, right? So function, and we're going to say that this is going to be clear field function, right? No parameters over here, and we're going to say that for the message, right, we would want a HTML, and we would want over here just empty, right? And then for the text, we also would want empty, but it's going to go back to default. Right, so which is going to be our placeholder. So val over here, and we're just going to say this is going to be empty, right? So now let's save this over here and let's check it out what we have, right? So again, the main CSS is fine and is working, but that wasn't our interest, right? So over here, message you would like to send, and again, I'm going to write hello world. This is stupid coding addict here. Right, blah blah blah, press to send. Hello world, this is stupid coding addict over here, right? And for the clear message, you can see that we can clear the message. Again, very simple, right? But we're starting to get to know some basic things and how to manipulate them over here, in this case with Jquery, but we're obviously going to do it with a basic JavaScript vanilla also.